that had the internet calling him out for being transphobic.
I gotta say something about this, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have it figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But his be gone. How you gonna, like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his.
King Harris is once again dominating headlines, but this time it isn't about Waffle House altercations or skipping out on court appearances. Instead, his own child's mother allegedly set the internet ablaze by leaking what fans are calling a compromising tape of King. And whether or not the footage is even authentic, the rumors alone have created chaos online. Speculation about King's sexuality has been circulating for years, with fans questioning whether his image was genuine or carefully staged. Some have suggested the child was just a cover-up to maintain appearances, and now this alleged leak is fueling every past whisper.
With the T.I.'s, you're a rat.
Old allegations are resurfacing, including claims that King may not even be the biological father of his son, and that his child's mother supposedly used the situation to secure financial stability. To make matters worse, critics have accused King of cosplaying a gangster lifestyle that doesn't reflect his true upbringing. And then comes the twist. Rapper Boosie decided to weigh in. Instead of directly mocking King, he took shots at T.I., targeting the father's role in raising his son. That move elevated the situation from gossip to an all-out feud, with online audiences waiting for every new development. This is only the beginning, because what started as whispers about a tape is now exploding into wider questions about King's identity, his fatherhood, and the growing tensions between T.I. and Boosie.
Tell me, it been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down.
Next, we dive into the paternity rumors that are fueling the fire. The controversy deepened with what fans dubbed the baby cover-up theory. King's alleged fake gangster persona, his public spirals, and now the questions about fatherhood all collided into a narrative that critics used to attack him. Even before the alleged tape surfaced online, doubts about his role as a father had already gone viral. From the very beginning, when his child's mother announced the pregnancy, skeptics were quick to raise eyebrows. The age difference between her and King was one of the first red flags for online commentators who accused her of knowing exactly what she was doing. A now viral clip of King with his newborn and his child's mother added fuel to the fire. Then came the money talk. Fans speculated that the entire situation was about securing financial stability, claiming she targeted the Harris name and the wealth behind it.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, when I saw that, I think T.I. fucking lying.
The narrative spread fast, with thousands suggesting the pregnancy was a deliberate move to lock in the bag. Whether factual or not, the perception became reality for many observers. And when the baby was born, instead of putting the rumors to rest, the whispers only got louder. Online commenters began claiming the child didn't resemble King, adding to the doubt. Critics said he was rushing into parenthood simply to project an image of maturity and responsibility. In response, King tried to reclaim the narrative, posting repeatedly that the child was his twin, and even sharing photos to prove his point. But in the court of public opinion, the rumors refused to die down. This fueled the larger question: was fatherhood genuine for King, or just another part of a carefully crafted image? The more King tried to prove himself, the less people seemed convinced. It wasn't just about the child, it was about a larger narrative that had been building for years. The internet had long whispered about King's sexuality, and when the pregnancy announcement came, many believed it was a calculated move to silence speculation. Critics immediately claimed it was less about family and more about protecting an image.
And here's T.I. firing back, shutting down those snitch rumors.
I ain't one of you niggas who done been to the penitentiary before, man. What happened when a motherfucker say somebody ain't right and they got there show their paperwork and they is right? What's the penalty for that? Can somebody tell me what is that punishable by? Somebody tell me that. See, most of you motherfuckers ain't never been in no trouble, motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere. Anybody tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down yet. Matter of fact, I come out smelling too good, the way you nigga think something wrong.
Now with an alleged tape circulating online, those same doubters are pointing back to the pregnancy as part of a bigger cover-up strategy. The theory took on a new life, suggesting the child wasn't just about fatherhood, but about reshaping public perception. The timing of these events only intensified the chatter, with fans saying it all looked like a staged attempt to project masculinity. But the criticism didn't stop there. People also tied this controversy to another long-standing narrative, King's supposed cosplaying of a gangster lifestyle. For years, he's spoken tough, inserted himself into beefs, and carried himself as if he came directly from the trenches. Yet the truth many pointed out was that his upbringing didn't match the persona.
I mean, of course I spoke with my son. You know, me and his uncles. You know, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with a short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life. Now, I had to explain to him that, you know, when people are not living the way they hope they would live, and here you is walking in with so much freedom and luxury, and you know, people gonna posture themselves a certain way. So therefore, you're gonna have to enjoy your life. You're gonna have to remove yourself from that energy and go enjoy your life.
Raised by successful parents T.I. and Tiny, much of his childhood was spent with his grandmother, surrounded by comfort and privilege rather than struggle. This disconnect between his reality and the image he projects is what fuels the disbelief. It's not that people resent him for privilege, it's the fact that he insists on selling an identity built on hardship and survival that doesn't align with his actual background. And for critics online, that's where the cracks in his credibility begin to show. Every time King Harris logs online shouting about being from the hood, the reactions are immediate and ruthless. Comment sections fill up with people telling him to be serious, pointing out how forced his image feels. To critics, it looks like he's masking insecurities with a street persona that doesn't align with his real upbringing. Instead of building credibility, the effort only deepens the cracks in his reputation. It's as if King is fighting two battles at once, one to prove he's a responsible father stepping into adulthood, and another to prove he's a hardened gangster.
But what I'm saying is, they wasn't talk like that outside. Hey, I can talk how the fuck I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, Shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
But the harder he pushes both narratives, the worse the spiral appears. And the spiral only gained momentum once the infamous Waffle House incident hit the internet. A viral clip showed King in a heated argument with restaurant employees, raising his voice, making threats, and behaving in ways that shocked viewers. For many, the sight was jarring. The son of hip-hop royalty, unraveling in front of fast food staff over something trivial. The video exploded across social platforms, quickly becoming a trending example of his unraveling image. What made the moment even more surreal was the reaction that followed. The very next day, his father addressed the situation publicly, questioning why King would feel the need to argue with a short-order cook in the first place. He revealed that both he and King's uncles had spoken with him, trying to remind the young man that he lived a life most would envy, with resources and opportunities others could only dream of.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any of my questions or make any statements. So my question to you is, I found just a non-felony in that ashtray in the back, as well as in that basketball sleeve. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to these guys, and someone has to get charged with it. It's not you.
I'm not talking.
You're not gonna talk to me? I gotcha. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't.
You need anything to go with you?
My phone.
Your phone? Where's your phone at?
Your car.
We're in the car.
Search me.
I'm not looking for phones, I'm looking for drugs and guns. What kind of phone is it?
What color is your phone?
It's a clear.
So why risk all that, stooping down to clash with everyday workers simply doing their jobs? But clearly that advice from his father and uncles didn't stick, because soon after, King Harris's name kept popping up in headlines, and always for the wrong reasons. The biggest turning point came when his 2024 arrest footage dropped online, showing exactly what happened the night he got pulled over in Georgia. According to police reports, King nearly collided with a squad car while leaving a gas station. Officers immediately noticed the strong smell of marijuana coming from his BMW. Adding to the situation, they spotted a loaded firearm holstered on his hip. Once they ran his information, the bigger issue surfaced, a warrant that had been hanging over him since 2022. That older case was tied to reckless driving charges, including speeding, operating with a suspended license, and even a DUI. Court records revealed he had been scheduled to appear in front of a judge but never showed, leaving the warrant active. This is why, in the leaked footage, officers are seen pulling him from the vehicle, placing him in cuffs, and transporting him directly to county jail. Interestingly, in the video, King wasn't acting out or causing chaos. He actually remained calm, even as officers read him his rights. But while he held his composure, the internet had the opposite reaction. Online voices lit up, saying the arrest footage was undeniable proof that his life was spiraling further out of control. For many, it was just the latest chapter in a pattern of reckless choices, from the Waffle House incident to skipped court appearances, that seemed to confirm a dangerous trajectory. And just when the story couldn't get more controversial, things escalated once again. As soon as the alleged leaked tape started making rounds online, one familiar name decided to step in and add fuel to the fire. None other than Boosie. Boosie. Yes, instead of staying silent, he allegedly began clowning T.I., slipping in slick comments about how his son ended up in this position. The internet instantly caught the shade, recognizing that it wasn't really directed at King, but aimed squarely at T.I. himself. And that's what made it so explosive. Boosie is not just another voice online. He carries a long history of making controversial statements, particularly when it comes to sexuality. This is the same man who was forced to publicly apologize to his daughter, Iona, after making homophobic remarks about her being gay. Although he tried to walk back his comments with an Instagram apology, many believed he meant exactly what he said the first time. So when the public saw him inserting himself into King Harris's drama, the reaction was swift. Critics pointed out the hypocrisy, calling it a clear case of the pot calling the kettle black. They argued Boosie had his own family issues and damaging public statements to address, yet here he was choosing to clown another man's child instead. But there's another deeper layer. Boosie himself has not had smooth sailing in recent years. He recently accepted a plea deal on federal firearm charges, a situation that still leaves him vulnerable to returning to prison if circumstances turn against him. For him to be out trolling T.I. at this sensitive moment shows that this wasn't about internet gossip, it was personal. And when you step back, the pieces start connecting. T.I. and Boosie's relationship has been rocky for years, filled with public disagreements and behind-the-scenes tension. This drama wasn't born overnight, it's the continuation of a feud that's been simmering for a long time. To understand why Boosie would even involve himself in King's situation, you have to revisit the timeline of their beef. And it all started when Boosie made headlines for controversial remarks about Dwyane Wade's daughter after she came out as transgender. It all started when Boosie decided to comment publicly on Dwyane Wade's daughter, a moment that had the internet calling him out for being transphobic. The backlash was intense, with critics across the industry demanding accountability. Among the loudest voices was T.I., who jumped straight onto Instagram, telling Boosie to mind his business and stop focusing on another man's children. That single exchange planted the early seeds of tension between the two rappers. But the conflict didn't stop there. Only a few months later, things escalated when Boosie reignited the flames by accusing T.I. of being a snitch. He referenced T.I.'s old federal gun case, claiming that cooperating with authorities made him a rat. Boosie doubled down on the allegation during a Vlad TV sit-down, bluntly declaring, "If you cooperate, that means you're a rat." T.I. wasn't about to let that narrative stick. He clapped back almost immediately, shutting down the snitch label and making it clear he wouldn't tolerate any disrespect aimed at his name or his family. T.I. insisted that he had nothing to hide, adding that he wasn't afraid to confront Boosie head-to-head if it came to that point. From there, the feud snowballed. By the summer, Boosie shifted his criticism toward T.I.'s parenting style. He publicly mocked and condemned T.I. for admitting in an interview that he took his daughter to the gynecologist to confirm her virginity. The statement had already sparked outrage across the media, and Boosie poured gasoline on the fire, labeling T.I. as over-controlling and completely out of line. T.I. snapped back once again, telling Boosie he was the last person who should be offering anyone parenting advice. That moment solidified what had once been casual friction into an all-out feud, one that continues to resurface whenever controversy touches either side. The back and forth between Boosie and T.I. wasn't just about music or business, it cut far deeper, reaching into family and reputation. They were throwing shots about family credibility, street authenticity, and even accusations of snitching. By that stage, it was obvious this wasn't typical rap beef, it was personal. For a brief period, both parties tried to calm the storm, going online to declare there was no real problem and that they were moving forward. But by 2023, the feud reignited once again. Boosie publicly accused T.I. of failing to stand up for him during his legal troubles. T.I. quickly fired back, making it clear that he was done babysitting a grown man and that loyalty wasn't owed to someone who continuously disrespected him. That exchange left lingering tension between the two, setting the stage for every clash that would follow. Fast forward to the present, and it becomes clear why Boosie jumped into King's controversy. This wasn't simply about chasing headlines or stirring drama for attention. For Boosie, it was another chance to poke T.I. exactly where it hurt most, through his son. With King at the center of widespread internet gossip, Boosie couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire. As soon as the alleged tape started spreading, the internet tore into King without hesitation. The comments were ruthless. One user mocked his appearance, saying, "Too bad he took after Tiny instead of T.I., resurfacing years of cruel comparisons to his parents. Another went further, posting that he looked like Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons, a comparison that quickly went viral as memes flooded timelines. But the harshest blow came when someone quipped, "King about to be queen," a comment that instantly turned into a tagline across social media, sparking debates about identity, masculinity, and public humiliation. That single line was the spark that sent everything spiraling because it didn't just mock King's image, it revived years of speculation surrounding his identity. What could have been dismissed as simple internet trolling transformed into something far more serious. The viral comments showed the world never truly stopped questioning who King really is, and now with Boosie adding fuel, the conversation took on a much deeper and more personal tone. This wasn't just about a leaked clip or reckless behavior. It was about perception, legacy, and the way social media magnifies every rumor into lasting stigma. The unresolved feud between T.I. and Boosie made the situation even heavier. Old wounds between the two resurfaced, and King Harris found himself caught directly in the middle of a conflict that started long before his name became the headline. What happens next for King will depend on whether he continues feeding into the controversy or finds a way to silence the noise and redirect attention toward building something meaningful. But as it stands, the weight of speculation, ridicule, and family tension leaves him trapped in a spotlight that is far from forgiving. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss future updates.